And this is one that will resonate with anyone who was born and brought up in shitty housing schemes on the edges of towns. It's called Muirhouse Nam. It's about a place where I was born and brought up, Muirhouse, colloquially known as Muirhouse Nam. There's burnt out shelves disguised as shops close by the chemist that's like Fort Knox, where jagging junkies swap their scripts like the top trump cards, then hang around concrete blocks filled with flats or phallic towers for hours and hours, discarding sharps that litter the floor, while bored kids congregate under the broken stair lights that never work, creating dark voids most folk avoid if they have the choice. Opposite, a rover's been turned over and set aflame on the strip of dog shite that was once a grass-green verge. Across the road from the only pub I ever saw with bricks for windows, it's all down to the architect's half-baked dream that became the scheme known as Muirhouse Nam. They gave lessons at school on signing on and how to professionally lack ambition and aspiration or inspiration as compensation for being forced to exist in ready-made slums where the very few try to change things are ignored by the leaders who know it all and are demeaned and condemned to carve a life for someone's face in the race to the grave, dug not by them but by circumstance, down in the half-baked dream that became the scheme known as Muirhouse Nam. And Rising Damp or the Provy man, they can't pay back and never will because they can't get work coming from EH4 or they're too junked up to bother anymore, so will remain as the forgotten souls left behind in the architect's half-baked dream that became the scheme known as Muirhouse Nam. It's a place for tourists to sit with the crumblies who twitch the curtains just to tut at the hooker, returning from a hard-work night, grafting on their back, shagging some strangers to pay for some smack, passing punters outside the bookies, moaning that every day's the same. Their dogs and donkeys dressed as nags never win, so they never gain, so they'll head home and kick the cat or blame the wife and black her eye, and she won't complain, she wouldn't dare. She's to blame for their team losing again, and sincerely apologises, but times are hard, so it's all justified in his hell ahead, and she knows it too, and that's what comes of life in the zoo that began as an architect's half-baked dream that became the scheme known as Muirhouse Nam. And you can dice with death in the underpasses, aka muggers' alleys, a perennial problem some genius solved by installing dazzling safety bulbs. The result being you can see the bastards robbing you far more clearly than before. And another clever and council initiative, but folk don't go out anymore. They stay behind, locked behind barred doors, staring at the next TV they bought from the alky next door who keeps asking for a few quid more. In the place some know as a running sore, but pragmatic politicians had other answers, like building a centre for the community that's only ever used by outsiders too tight to go elsewhere, as it's cheaper than the nightmare that started out as an architect's half-baked dream that's now the scheme called Muirhouse Nam. And the cop shop's shut so they can hide and take no chances, patiently waiting for trouble to start waning so they can wade in, nicking hangers-on who may or may not be doing wrong, so the shoplifters can fence in peace to the inconvenience store. They'll steal again, straight back, when the gyro's been pissed down the drain again. And up in the chambers they shake their heads and fists while the residents trapped there slash their wrists, or just stay pissed, never aware their lives are wasted in these hellhole places the urban designers would never stay. You know, the architect's utopian half-baked dream that's now the scheme called Muirhouse Nam. And there's more novel ideas like allocating cash to paint the walls and provide canvases for graffiti artists. It's the people, they're lazy sods, the kids wander around with no shoes. They console themselves, railing with ignorant zeal while concealed in ivory towers, revealing they have no clue what to do about the Frankenstein's monster they helped build. What it needs is an atom bomb up councillor what's-his-name's ass, who will never know what it means to have no reason, to feel small, to feel inadequate and wondering why they're all there in the architect's utopian half-baked dream that's now a scheme called Muirhouse Nam. Thank you.
All right, my name's Jess Hopkins. There's nothing you or your God can do about that. Same tired old shite as usual. It's easy. You just pick one at random, keep an eye on it, see who comes and goes, see what time they tend to do it. Keep careful and detailed notes on something you can get rid of fast if you need to. Rehearsal's important. Dry runs. Work out your date and your time, your route for getting in there, and your at least 2 routes out. Take everything you think you'll need, all the equipment. Go there, time yourself, wait, check and recheck every little thing. Hidden nearby, ask yourself, is the bag too heavy? Anything in it you don't really need? Daydream about it, let your thoughts float. Then, after however long it should have taken, get out of there. Each time you do it, take a different route home. Because on the night, everything has to be perfect. When you get home, carry on with the rehearsal, destroy the clothes you're wearing, alibi for the evening, sit down with a cold one straight from the fridge, write down your impressions, All of them, everything. What worked, what didn't, what needs more work. You'll know when you're ready, because I always do. With so much practice, your movements are fluid, relaxed. Cover story ready. Straighten your head, just in case. Drive to the house. One bag with everything you'll need. Check no one's watching. Knock on their door. And when they answer it, get in first. Fast, decisive, before they know what's hit them. Big smile. Hello. Don't give them time to respond. Another smile. I've come to bring you the word of our Saviour, Jesus Christ. And that's what I do when I'm skint.
Anyway, this is a poem by Robert Burns. It's not really performed very often. It was a dissident poem he wrote about a year and a half before he died, called The Tree of Liberty. It was written about the French Revolution, and he was glorying in the fact that Louis had his head chopped off, and basically it was a paean to liberty. I'll try and remember the words for this one. I haven't done this. Next time I'm doing this one's in Kilmarnock Jail in February, so I'm sure it'll be a tougher audience here. Heard you, the Tree of France. I wonder what's the name of it. Around the tree, the patriots dance, while Europe kens the fame of it. It stands where aince the Bastille stood, a prison built by kings, man, when superstition's hellish brood kept France in leading strings, man. Upon this tree there grows such fruit, its virtues I can tell, man. It raises man aboon the brute, and maks him ken himsel, man. Give aince the peasant taste a bite. He's greater than a lord, man, and wi' the beggar shares a mite. Oh, he can afford, man. This fruit is worth o' Afric's wealth. They comfort us, 'twas sent, man, to gie the sweetest blush o' health, and mak us a' content, man. It clears the een, it cheers the hurt, maks high and low good friends, man. But he what acts the traitor's part, it to perdition sends, man. My blessings, aye, attend the chill. What pitied Gallia's slaves, man, and staw a branch, spite o' the deal, frae ont the western waves, man. Fair virtue watered it wi' care, and now she sees wi' pride, man, how weel it buds and blossoms there, its branches spreading wide, man. But vicious folk, I hate to see the works o' virtue thrive, man. The courtly vermins banned the tree and grat to see it thrive, man. King Louis thought to cut it down when it was unco sma, man. For this, the watchman cracked his croon, cut off his head and all, man. A wicked crew, sign on a time, did tak a solemn oath, man. It ne'er should flourish, to its prime, is what they pledged their faith, man. Away they gaed, like we mock parade, like beagles hunting game, man. But soon grew weary o' the trade, and wished they'd been at hame, man. For freedom, standing by the tree, her sons did loudly caw, man. She sang a sang o' liberty, which pleased them in and a', man. By her inspired, the newborn race soon drew the avenging steel, man. The hirelings ran, the foes gied chase, and banged the despot wheel, man. Let Britain boast her hardy oak, her poplar, and her pine, man. All Britain aince could crack her joke, and o'er her neighbours shine, man. But seek the forest, round and round, and soon 'twill be agreed, man, that such a tree cannot be found twixt London and the Tweed, man. Without this tree, a lake this life is but a vale o' woe, man. A scene of sorrow mixed wi' strife, nae real joys we know, man.
We labour soon, we labour late, to feed the titled knave man. And the comfort we're to get is that ayont the grave man. We plenty, such trees I trow, the world would live in peace, man. The sword would help to mak a plough, the din o' war would cease, man. Like brethren in a common cause, we'd on each other smile, man. And equal rights and equal joy would gladden every isle, man. We worth the loon, wha wouldna eat such wholesome, dainty cheer, man. I'd gie the shoon frae off my feet to taste such fruit, I swear, man. Sign, let us pray, old England may sure plant this far-famed tree, man, and blithe we'll sing and hail the day that gave us liberty, man. Robert Burns.
Okay, now I'm going to start off with a song that usually needs quite a lot of introduction places where I play, but down here it shouldn't need much introduction whatsoever. Basically, it's called Edinburgh State of Mind, and it's about Leith Walk, and it references one of the best shops on Leith Walk, Borland's Darts and Television. That's all you need to know. Thank you. Yeah. I'm out of New Orleans, now I'm on a mission to get to Borland's Darts and Television. I'm the new proclaimer, the long-lost brother. We had the same mother, yes, she had a secret lover. I used to hang with tossers over England Rothers. That's near Kirkcaldy, and I know where the bodies are buried. Then I moved to Edinburgh, down Halmire Street, mice in the kitchen, mice in the pantry. Moving down Leith Street, off-white Fiat. I'm not going fast, but hey, I'm no Fiat. Past the Playhouse in 1977, we saw the Wyatt Riot tour, I was in heaven. The Clash, Subway Sect, and the Buzzcocks live, jamming the same bill, 225. Car boot sale, Greenside Place, Sunday morning, off your face, Leith Walk. Sandstone jungle where dreams are made of, there's nothing you can do, now you're in Leith Walk. These streets will make you feel brand new, the pubs will inspire you, now you're in Leith Walk, Leith Walk, Leith Walk. Yeah, you should know the cowboy, you should know the pastor, get into Victoria for a nifty faster. You should know Windsors, you should know Pierces, down to the city limits, Elvis, Shakespeare's. Stand at the bus stop in the green and white top, waiting for a 2:11:22. Tourists asking for the castle and the zoo. It's a state of mind. Okay, it's a state, but we don't mind. It's not quite the Ramblers, but it's got Alhambras, lovers and killers, waiting in Priscilla's. Say limits reading to the curve gate, long live Robbie, Edinburgh State, Leith Walk. Sandstone jungle where dreams are made up, there's nothing you can do, now you're on Leith Walk. These drums will make you feel brand new, the streets will inspire you, now you're in Leith Walk, Leith Walk, Leith Walk. Hey! Dude. My first song, I'm gonna dedicate to Vlad the Impaler, Vladimir Putin, who got to be president by cheering on the reinvasion of Chechnya. And I originally dedicated this song to Tony Blair and George Bush, but I think Vladimir's
He's earned the credit for it. Living in a democracy, you can vote for who you please. Everybody gets to have their say. But when you see a politician going into church, you're guaranteed there's bloodshed on the way. It might make them look more respectable, but it scares the living right out of me. 'Cause they're calling on a higher power to help them. With their firepower, you're guaranteed there's bloodshed on the way. Bloodshed on the way, bloodshed on the way. You're guaranteed there's bloodshed on the way. Yes, when you see a politician going into church, you're guaranteed there's bloodshed on the way. They'll always justify their tough, no-nonsense way, but be careful you don't step in what they've got to say, 'cause when you see a politician stepping up to the microphone, you're guaranteed there's bullshit on the way. Bullshit on the way, bullshit on the way. Be careful you don't step in what they've got to say, 'cause when you see a politician stepping up to the microphone, you're guaranteed there's bullshit on the way. They're always so brave when they've God on their side. It gives them an excuse to commit genocide. I hope I can find me a safe place to hide. You're guaranteed there's bloodshed on the way. Bloodshed on the way, bloodshed on the way. Be careful you don't step in what they've got to say, 'cause when you see a politician going into church, you're guaranteed there's bloodshed on the way.
Education in Britain is failing, derailing like an overloaded freight train, and we let it happen because as a nation we are too apathetic to care. But how dare you stand by and do nothing when this is yours and your children's future this is crushing? Even these individuality-free schools won't be fueled for much longer. Not while we pump our money into Trident, not while the government remains behind it, not while we allow ourselves to be contained and gracefully stay limp beside the line. We are running out of time to correct these cost-cutting crimes. Because when it comes to education and the coming generation, I will not be the one to blame our failures on an entirely preventable situation. Knowledge is too important for us to let slide, and legislation won't be enough for us to hide behind when the hammer falls. We are suffering from the opportunities installed and withdrawn by a government that relies on us staying dumb. So what better a place to start than with the young? This one's called The Christian Standard. I see religion as a threat to my existence. Like a split in the wall capable of bringing the house down around me, it could easily be my defeat. Take a look at history and all the oppression it creates, like an outdated storybook attributed to the Middle Ages. Problem is that it's still in play, still destroying lives today. I'd like to say we're civilized, that we can see past a madman's lies, but the truth seems to hide behind an inconceivable disguise. One of compassion, asking for devotion, preying on your insecurities and using hope against you. But the blood on the hands of those in charge proves only that blind faith is dangerous.
So Pussy Riot did an amazing thing. They created this genius moment of protest which had everything that people could get behind, whether it was the visuals, whether it was the sentiment, whether it was the fact that there were women standing up doing this. It was just an amazing moment, and it's one of those things that has just inspired lots of things coming off it. There's a really good anthology of poetry called Catechism, which English Pen brought out, which is 100-odd poems by various people responding to it. You can go to English Pen's website, pay what you can, download it, order a hard copy, and it's some of the most amazing writing in it, and they look at everything. This isn't in it. This was something that was written, but it was that thing of somebody doing one thing and what can spiral off it, which I'm a great fan of. So this is called the Glassblower Dances. The words first appeared on a lamppost, on a dirty road between a chip shop and some tired Turkish baths. They nestled amongst fat, careless splurges of paint and the neon screams of "Get the fuck" and "Nay future." Reading the phrase, passers-by smiled briefly and thought no more about it. But the words stuck themselves into the minds of the people on the bus. 2 days later, the handwriting was seen again, on a wall along a cycle path, and then beside the hospital for sick children, and in a cafe toilet, and down near where the ships no longer came. And people began to repeat it to themselves in the early morning on the streets. The phrase swirled out. It appeared on the back of school books and on library desks. It moved beyond the city, was seen written on a rock on a beach full of leaving birds and on a bench beside a bus stop in a small grey town. It was seen carved down the curve of a mountain. The Glassblower Dances. As the word swelled, people began to talk. A feature was broadcast on the local news. And some were curious and searched for understanding on YouTube, removed, but enough to understand the rhythm that came through the feet from earth to breath to arm, the flow of skill, the exhausted, dogged passion that was required for the alchemy of changing dirt into something fluid, strong, and beautiful. The words grew. And the city council talked of the cost of cleaning, but they could not calculate it accurately. And well-heeled sorts on a late-night sofa spoke of the shallowness of modern culture and lamented the loss of the canon. But the thing about a scratch is that you feel it. And sometimes it lets things in and they incubate and fester. And some academics wrote a paper on the socio-cultural intertextual significance of urban public expression, but it was rather long and only read by 8 people. And linguists spoke of sibilants, how they trace the brain with fingers of smoke. And historians expounded on the history of glassmaking, how China, ignoring it until the 17th century, invented fireworks instead of windows. And the phrase didn't stop any wars, or bankers, or children eating baked mud in drier places. There were other words to try that job, and it was beyond this writer's ability at this time. But people smiled, and for a moment felt something in their chests had loosened and wondered about things that did not touch their lives. And all this happened because once upon a time, someone thought to write upon a wall with joy, the Glassblower Dances.
Thank you. To female musicians, those who play in rock bands. So, here it is. Hear me, girl musicians, who follow the traditions we love and understand. You're looking for a screw. Well, the simplest thing to do is shag someone who's playing in your band. It's possible to like men singing down the mic with egos of a megastar, but never touch the master of the Fender Stratocaster. Don't shag the man on lead guitar. Oh, you can try the man on bass. Oh, he keeps a steady pace. He's reliable, backbone and spine. And though there's no one dumber than the average drummer, the ones I've had have been divine. You should see the tricks they do with their drumsticks. Boom, titty, boom, cha-ta. But though he wins awards for his power chords, don't shag the man on lead guitar. Regard with great affection all the rhythm section and offer to polish up the brass. On tuba and trombone, oh, they'll really make you moan. And saxophonists have elegance and class. The man who blasts the trumpet, he turns you to a strumpet, especially when he offbeats on ska. But beat off with bassoons, who stops and then retunes. Don't shag the man on lead guitar. The man who bows the cello. Oh, he's a lovely fellow, and viola scrapes a gorgeous bloke. Oh, you can give body wipes to the man who plays the pipes, to the fiddler, even though he's folk. Strumming acoustic blues, humming didgeridoos, accordion, jukes-harp or sitar. But you'll never get good sex with twiddlers and effects. Don't shag the man on lead guitar. Leave out all the others. You know, the greatest lovers, those with technique and style. They inevitably please the ones who play the keys, so sensitive and versatile. But those who break their strings and are ever kicking things that howl and go, wah, wah. Don't you ever meddle with a flying V and pedal. Don't shag the man on the guitar. Here's the chorus. Don't shag the man on the guitar. Oh no, don't shag the man on the guitar.
There's nothing that is wrong with me that can't be cured with a killing spree. I'll be a killing machine in the name of justice. I will hunt them down. I will make them pay for what they've done. I'll be a killing machine in the name of justice. I will cross the continents, the oceans and the airspace of the world. And I will punish them for what they've done. You know, they're fucking up the earth. Killing machine in the name of justice. Justice, you and I make a pretty good team. Let's get together for a ruthless killing machine. A killing machine in the name of justice. You make the toast and I'll make the tea. We'll make a list of our enemies. We'll be a killing machine in the name of justice. Helicopters, hot air balloons, motorbikes and cable cars and zip lines and canoes, planes and catamarans, submarines. I'll use all methods available to find them and kill them. Killing machine in the name of justice. I'll hunt them down. I'll destroy them. I will kick them off the roofs of their skyscrapers that they built with the bones of the poor. You know they're not on the bones of the poor, and I will kill them all.
one is a famous protest song, and you know, we hear about the death and destruction of the war, and we always think about the generals and politicians that started. But this is about a guy who sticks the bayonet in at the end of the day, your normal sporty, and in this song he's called the Universal Soldier. He's 5'2" and he's 6'4". He fights with missiles and with spears. He's all of 31 and he's only 17. He's been a soldier for 1,000 years. He's a Catholic, a Hindu, an atheist, a Jain, a Buddhist and a Baptist and a Jew. And he knows he shouldn't kill, and he knows he always will. Kill you for me, my friend, and me for you. And he's fighting for Canada, he's fighting for France, he's fighting for the USA, and he's fighting for the Russians, and he's fighting for Japan, and he thinks we'll put an end to all this way. And he's fighting for democracy, he's fighting for the Reds. He says it's for the peace of all. He's the one who must decide who's to live and who's to die, and he never sees the right on the wall. But without him, how would Hitler have condemned them at Dachau? Without him, Caesar would have stood alone. He's the one who gives his body as a weapon of the war, and without him, all this killing can't go on. He's a universal soldier, and he really is to blame. His orders come from far away no more. They come from here and there, and you and me, and brothers, can't you see? This is not the way we put an end to war. Thank you, good night. God bless Pussy Riot.